The knowledge of God. We said before that the phrase Da'at et Adonai in Hosea 6:3 meant the knowledge of the Lord. Here it means specifically knowing the Lord, as we know our wife or husband, mother or father, friends. It is a slightly longer form of the phrase Da'at Adonai, which means the knowledge of the Lord, as we have seen. But in the Hebrew, as in English, there is an ambiguity here. Does the knowledge of the Lord mean our knowing the Lord, or does it mean the Lord's knowing us? It could mean either. Just as, for example, John's wounds could mean either the wounds inflicted by John or the wounds inflicted on John. There is that fundamental ambiguity which grammarians call the difference between the subjective and the objective genitive. In Proverbs 2:5 we have a different phrase, Da'at Elohim, which, it should be clear by now to listeners, means the knowledge of God, and again it can stand for our knowledge of God or God's knowledge of us. In fact, it would be better to say that it means both of these things. As Paul hints in Galatians 4:9, these things are more or less one and the same. But now that you know God, or rather have been known by God. So we have a phrase with a pregnancy most theological and meaningful, thanks to the grammar of language in both Hebrew and English, that the knowledge of God is both God's knowing us and our knowing God. Of course, God knows us perfectly, whereas we only have a little knowledge of him through a glass darkly. But this knowledge will increase as we go on with the Lord from now into the eternity of his presence forever.